This is a FirstWARN Tri-Cities severe weather alert. Here is Chief Forecaster Skylar Doyle.
Welcome into a FirstWARN Tri-Cities severe weather alert. I'm FirstWARN Tri-Cities Chief Forecaster Skylar Doyle, tracking a new severe thunderstorm warning that's been issued by the National Weather Service. Severe thunderstorm warning does now include southwest Washington County, east central Greene County, and west central Unicoi County, and East Tennessee. And this warning does have the tornado possible tag for the cell right near the Greenville area. So again, there's been some rotation within this cell near Greenville, and the Weather Service has put a tornado possible tag on this severe thunderstorm warning on the south side of Greenville. There's our broad rotation. So again, this warning is in effect until 1:30 for southwest Washington County, east central Greene County, and west central Unicoi County. This storm is moving east at 40 miles an hour. I'll take you to the reflectivity, and I'll zoom out real quick to show you another line of strong thunderstorms developed off to the west toward the Kentucky-Virginia border, and we'll move into the viewing area. There's in parts of the viewing area right now. This is pushed out another line. A new severe thunderstorm warning for Greene County to 1:45 with the tornado possible tag. We're going to sell here about to cross State Route 351 north of Limestone Springs. There's some weak rotation there. It's going to push toward Camp Creek, and the Weather Service is going to put a severe thunderstorm warning on it. Potential of some penny-sized to maybe even quarter-sized hail, some 60-mile-an-hour winds there. But zoom out, though, we do have a actual tornado warning right now. This tornado warning in effect for parts of Anderson County in East Tennessee, also parts of Roane County and Knox County outside the viewing area. But I figured we would just give you a brief update. Rotation now pushing into Oak Ridge. So if you know some family, if you have a family there or friends in Oak Ridge, you might just want to let them know that a possible tornado is pushing in there. And we have more storms to the west of the Kentucky-Virginia border. These storms do have the potential for some strong winds up to 50 miles an hour, but again, these could easily become severe as they continue to push in. And then here, the storms that have the two warnings here that have the tornado possible tag. We've got some rotation on the south side of Greenville, and then here in southern Greene County towards Cedar Creek, also having some rotation. So the Weather Service does have severe thunderstorm warnings on these until the northern warning until 1:30 and southern warning until 1:45. So we continue with these warnings here for Greene County, and then also our northern warning does extend over into parts of Washington County, Tennessee, including Belford and Jonesboro, also parts of Unicoi County to the west of Irwin here. So again, we're watching these storms closely. If I just zoom out, we got a lot of heavy rain up into Castlewood and Russell County, also over to Damascus. This is our storms that were warned previously for severe weather. No longer warned for severe weather, luckily for those in southeast Washington County, Virginia, into Johnson County. More storms off to the west from south of Hyden to Pathport to Pineville to the west of Middleborough. Those are strong, not severe at the time. They are strong. And then kind of three cells, I would say, we're watching. One over Greenville, which could produce a possible tornado. The more likely threat would be some heavier rain or damaging winds. And then a storm of DeBusk and Cedar Creek, which does have a little bit of rotation, and then also cell in the Oak Ridge area just to the west of Knoxville has some rotation, and then our strong thunderstorms, a new strong thunderstorm alert to the east of Elizabeth and Fort Hampton for these cells, which could have some small hail and gusty winds, or winds to 50 miles an hour in these. These storms will cross into North Carolina, where the Weather Service, and also into Grayson County and southern Smith County, where the Weather Service in Blacksburg, and then for Avery County, Mitchell County, Yancey County, the Weather Service in Greenville, Spartanburg will choose whether we extend these warnings or not to the east. So again, we remain under that level 1 out of 5 marginal severe weather risk, but it's been a pretty active level 1 out of 5 days so far, with the bulk of the with uh, more storm activity off to the west and more severe weather or strong, possibly severe weather expected this afternoon and evening. So again, a few cells that we're watching, and again, these don't look totally impressive to me. Maybe the one in southern Greene County, crossing State Route 351 just north of Limestone Springs. That one would look is probably the more impressive one. This one up here where Tuscaloosa looks a little more messy. And we do have rotation there along State Route 351 near Taylor Knob there in Greene County. Be interested to see if the Weather Service would warn that or not as it heads toward North Carolina and also heads toward Unicoi County. It'll kind of cross into Madison County, into Unicoi County, and then back into Yancey County, into North Carolina. So rotation right now definitely going to be near Taylor Knob, Limestone Springs, and White Sand. Right there's our possible. If we had a tornado, this is where it would be. Again, this is a severe thunderstorm warning, not a tornado warning for now. But the Weather Service monitoring rotation closely in southern Greene County and could tornado warn this if rotation continues to strengthen like it is. We're watching closely here. So this is southern Greene County, very rural area, but there are some people down here. So we are going to stick with this for a little longer. Again, not a lot of rotation in the northern part of this. There's a little bit near Tusculum, but I think the strongest rotation definitely along State Route 70 here. It's more of a supercellular look to this storm as well down here. And we will continue. Again, it's a little disorganized, but tornado possible, severe thunderstorm warning for this cell that we're watching. It does have some rotation. And then there's also a tornado warning just to the west of Knoxville near Oak Ridge. We're just going to keep an eye on in case you have friends or family down in the Oak Ridge and Knoxville areas. That cell would very likely probably weekend before it reached our viewing area and have to travel a pretty long way to get into our viewing area here. But we're watching it closely. And then again, continuing just to watch that rotation here, and I'll be interested to see if the Weather Service in Greenville, Spartanburg, if they'll warn Western North Carolina or not. No warnings have came across from Greenville, Spartanburg just yet. Two offices likely coordinating here. And then we also have our new line of storms in southeastern parts of Kentucky from the south of Titan, about to push into Harlan and Pineville, and eventually into Middlesboro and radar no man's land over there. And these storms could produce some 50-mile-an-hour winds and could at times become severe. Once we look up in the atmosphere at this one, kind of trying to shoot over the mountain, we're definitely seeing the potential hail in this storm in Greene County. There's definitely rotation in the upper levels of the atmosphere, and that's trying to translate down to the lower levels. And when it does start to translate to the lower levels, that's when we start getting concerned about a potential tornado. Yeah, so there's definitely upper level rotation. And again, it has started translating down right there. It's where our rotation is within the cell, where those reds and greens are coming together. Switch back to our other radar source. Rotation detector. They're also picking up on that rotation. Where that blue is here, that's where that rotation is right now. And again, the Weather Service definitely monitoring this storm closely, as they are many others, including the one near Oak Ridge and the one here in Greene County. Again, northern Greene County, or up toward the Tusculum area. We have some rotation near Aspen along Highway 11E. It's very messy, but it is there. This cell would definitely look a little more organized to me in the southern part of the county here, and that's kind of why that's where my focus has been. That does look like an area that would be a little more organized in the terms of rotation and possible supercell characteristics. Pushing right toward Kelly Knob, and this again will push into Madison County, likely with the storm movement. Then push into Unicoi County, then into Yancey and Mitchell County. This storm, according to the National Weather Service, is moving east. This one's only moving at 20 miles an hour. And there's just not a lot of population here to even, not a lot of towns here to storm track this out to. And they took the tornado possible tag off the northern warning, which is a good call. Like I've been saying, I think the rotation there is definitely weakened in the warning. That includes Tusculum and Telford and Jonesboro, and just west of Irwin and Unicoi County. That warning is now only for 60-mile-an-hour winds, does not possible tag. Weather Service says scattered storms will continue through the afternoon and early evening. Damaging winds are the main threat at this time, but a brief spin-up tornado cannot be ruled out. With the setup, damaging winds continue to be the main threat. Brief spin-up tornado cannot be ruled out based on recent and expected trends. The latest model suggests activity to gradually start diminishing after sunset. So again, we're in this until now for the next little bit here, and the Weather Service does believe that a possible spin-up tornado cannot be ruled out in this cell, or in these storms this evening. So we've been warning about that. They've got a tornado warning on the storm near Oak Ridge, but this one in southern Greene County, just structure of it looks impressive, and Weather Service here's just about to cross into Madison County, North Carolina, and Greenville, Spartanburg, coordinating with Morristown, I would say, to try to get this out. And the Weather Service saying we saw rotation today already, and some of these storms like we're seeing now, we can probably expect the same. The environment's around the same as we go through the later evening here. Very strong winds here about to push into western Bell County, Kentucky. We'll watch those as this new area of development continues to dive east-southeast. This is kind of probably going to be what we were talking about this morning and last night when we were talking about the risk between about 2 and 10. Not what's coming through now. What's been coming through this morning that was somewhat unexpected, especially the strength of it. Luckily, that rotation has weakened some there on the south end of Greene County. Again, we'll check back in on the tornado warning pushing into Knox County. The Weather Service will need to make a decision. The rotation is still definitely there on if they want to extend this into downtown Knoxville or not. To the east, any. Let me circle our rotation here east, southeast of Oak Ridge towards Soloway, and eventually pushing into Knoxville. Again, if you have friends or family in Knoxville, you might want to let them know about that storm. And then again, we're watching these in Kentucky closely as they dive down. And again, damaging winds will be the main threat. I cannot rule out a spin-up tornado for the rest of the afternoon and evening. We are going to continue to watch these. Again, with the rotation weakening on the southern Greene County cell, and it's about to hit the mountains, luckily. We are going to go ahead and go off the air. Again, we'll watch things as need be here. Should we have more warnings, we'll come on the air definitely to let you know about them. But for now, from the FirstWARN Tri-Cities Weather Center, I'm FirstWARN Tri-Cities Chief Forecaster Skylar Oil. We'll continue to watch things closely. And again, should we have any more warnings, we'll be back on the air. For now, this has been a FirstWARN Tri-Cities.